Okay, so we're revisiting a bodysuit slash tattoo progress or tattoo bodysuit story here about a guy named Luan Weiss, or however you say it. We reacted to, I think it was like 2023, maybe early 2024. Has a Psyland bodysuit with some other stuff in there too. I don't think it was just Psyland. I think there was some other things. Maybe that I remember a bird or something.
All right.
See if I can go back and find that. But
it says, "Hi there. I tattooed my hands a year ago in a way they kind of match my palms. One got a touch up now. The other needs one too. Obviously, sorry for the semi-bad photos. I wonder what you think of it. For me, it's become such a struggle to get further tattooed. I have no idea how to do that. Keep going, push the limit, and have a nice day."
yeah,
I mean, they do have like a lot of coverage, so I mean,
this is an old picture.
Yeah.
I wanted to start with this thing because I just wanted to remind people kind of what we're looking at here.
yeah. And this is a very silent bodysuit.
Yeah,
I think
Psyland
is extra crazy compared to like this nowadays.
I mean, the whole thing has like it has ebbs and flows,
It's
right?
got
Like,
a vibe.
They I don't think they've gone any crazier. Like some of the early stuff is the craziest stuff, to be honest.
I love it.
And like you're never gonna see another 5-person back piece, and like all of those things that were done were they were groundbreaking and in ways that I don't think that most people will ever really even want to do. Like,
Oh yeah.
like it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I actually really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a really cool thing, but I can't find 5 people who want to be part of
That.
anything,
Right.
let alone a full back piece. And also, like, you know by now from working here how many full back pieces ever even get finished. It's like most people
Very
don't
rare.
have the, like, that whole thing could have been derailed by one person not having the
People's tolerance for pain is just diminished.
also money and time and all these things. It's like getting the full back piece done on one person is probably challenging, and then to go, oh, we need 5 people to do it for it to make sense. It's like, yeah, that's a gamble, and it was an undertaking. But anyway, we're not going to go all over that
and
topic.
here's the back side.
Yeah, this
of
was
this.
this was done by someone else. The back piece.
Right.
I don't remember the artist's name, but that's why it obviously looks completely different than the rest of it.
And then this is the fresh
These are the hand tattoos, and
hands.
yeah, and it looks like they got some black work done. What did their arm look like before?
I thought it was black.
So before they had this stuff. Looks like, yeah. And remember, I'm pretty sure even back then I said they would black that out.
Yeah.
This is the old arm here.
Yeah, the other
And
arm.
then they blacked out that geo stuff.
Oh yeah, I see.
But like, I think the rest of it should go too, and I think it will go. Now, to address, like, because there's a bit done back here, like the idea of like it's a struggle to continue to get tattooed. Now, I don't know if that's related to the pain of it,
Or just
if
like
it's
not knowing what to
not
do.
knowing what to do. I think that could be the case here, because I don't think that this person strikes me as someone who would be afraid. They're fairly young still too, if I recall, like maybe mid-20s, and it has a lot done already. I mean, to me, it's never hard to come up with more ideas. Like, I could do another 15 bodysuits,
Well, I
and
mean,
it would be fine.
You could do color on black over all of this.
I mean, I think that like this looks more like they would probably enjoy getting into some black on black work, right? Or, I mean, a lot of people who enjoy this aesthetic also enjoy scarification,
Yeah.
and I think it can go well with this style as well.
You black out your fingers.
I think the arm, the older arm, could still be blacker too. Like, there's room to kind of rework that if you want, but like, this is a thing that I think there's 2 sides to this coin. I hear from people with full bodysuits that they want to do more, but they don't know what to do. Like, I have a friend that when I was doing my blackout suit many years ago, they were like living vicariously through me because they wanted to do it, but they were scared to start because, like, when you have a one concept bodysuit, what happens a lot of the time is like it's like if I touch any of this, I have to touch all of it. And I want to do more, but I don't know if I want to do everything again. And then I actually have a friend who did a full tattoo suit and blacked out a lot of it. Another person, I'm not going to name names, and can't understand how I could possibly have the stamina to keep going. like literally, like after going through all of it a couple times, there's no money or power in the universe that could make this person sit for another hour.
Right?
Because they've been through too much. And like...
Too many hours.
So like whether it's ideas or the pain of it, these things can go hand in hand. And a lot of the times, like there are people who by the time they get it done once, they don't want to do any more. But there are other people who like... they can't wait to do more, and they're trying to find ways to do more. And like, I feel like if you don't draw a line there, you start doing things you don't want to do. Like some people will say I've gone too far, which people have been saying that about me forever. Right. And now it's like I've been living in going too far for forever. Right? And I've done it in so many different ways. But the one line I have is no full face tattoo, right? Whereas if people don't understand how to continue the project some other way to keep that same energy involved in the process of recreation, customization, creativity, or whatever you want to call it, it's like a big ongoing art project for a lot of people. And it doesn't really have like... yeah, it has a defined end when you reach 100% coverage, sure, or 95, whatever it is you want to go for. But like in most mediums where you're doing an art project, you don't have a line like that that's like, oh, you have to stop now. You just don't. You could do it forever. Right. And like people don't want to hear this, but this is a hobby, right? Like I've said this before, that for me getting tattooed is a hobby. And people are like, well, how is it? It's a hobby like anything else you enjoy. It's a hobby like playing video games or watching movies or playing sports, riding BMX, right? Like there's all kinds of ways that it's a hobby. There's endorphin release. There's creative progression that's happening, right? You're changing things about yourself. It's empowering in some way, right? Some people think it's mutilation for some reason. Very stupid people think that. It's always a self-empowerment thing, right? And then it's like one day you're just expected to stop because now you're done. But in any other thing, like in fitness, you get a similar thing, and I get this from fitness too. You don't really reach a point with that where it's like, oh, you have to stop now, right? Like, oh, you've reached 100% fitness. You know, you reached 100% BMX. When does that happen?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. So why, when it's inflicted on you by some arbitrary thing like, oh yeah, you reached a full bodysuit now.
Yeah, I feel like you could just keep going. It just depends on like...
For a lot of people, it's almost like, it's a great sadness, I think, when it's over. Yeah. Like we had a guy here, he sent quite a few tattoos in. Travis, he came to the shop to get some layering on his hands, and he's doing it all over again. Yeah. Right? And he's been basically full bodysuit for years. And like... and
he likes getting tattooed.
Yeah, like it's difficult to explain it that way to people who don't have an appreciation for it. And for a lot of people, like they hate getting tattooed and they can't understand why it would be a fun thing to do. But those same people, you will see, they'll get a tattoo, then they come back, then they get another tattoo, and they come back, you know, and they start... the habit starts slow and then it ramps up, and not everybody gets as far into it, but not everybody listens to as much country music as someone else might, or plays as much hockey as someone else might, right? So it's a different thing for different people. Like some people can take or leave this, right? Like I've been known to have a beer every now and then, but I don't drink myself to sleep every night. No. Right? So there's that for everything in life, right? And I just don't know why it's a hard thing for people to accept that this is something that people would enjoy, right? That there's something to it. Like for me, it was for a long time, and sometimes still, the most positive thing in my life, right? At times, it was by far the most positive thing in my life. and it's still a positive thing. And so like I flirt with the same thing where he's talking about like I don't know how to continue getting tattooed, but I want to. Right. That whether it's the pain or the ideas, that's the same sentiment. I don't know how to continue, but I want to keep going. And it's like I think the reason why we think that we have to be done is societally given to us, where it's like if you don't do it, if you don't stop at a certain point, you're going to go too far and you're going to ruin something, or you're going to, you know, this thing will happen, you're going to get sick, or you're going to die, or like there's all these weird, stupid things that people are afraid of happening, and it's just like you don't have that with anything else. Like there's no other hobby I can think of where people are like, oh, you have to stop now. And it's like anything that you enjoy doing, that you get something from, and you're not hurting anyone with, I think it's perfectly fine to keep going. And I think that like the color on black and like the even some of the white and black on black and stuff like that, I think it's a totally different thing than laser tattoo removal is.
Right.
Because for people like myself, or even for this guy here, you know, it's like you can keep that passion going.
Right.
It doesn't have to just be over at some arbitrary line in the sand.
Well, especially like with the project you're doing, you're showing how much farther it can go.
Oh yeah.
And I think like
And there's levels to that.
for this bodysuit too, I think because they have that color pop on their main body from Psyland, you know, that teal and pink or whatever the color is, you know, there's potential to bring that throughout your whole entire body.
It's just still like it's hard to find people who are willing to do that journey with you, because like even the people who are starting to do this stuff now, they have their own stupid opinions about what will and won't work.
Oh yeah.
And it's not like, it's never just like, oh yeah, let's do something cool together. People are just like, well, we want to do the one we know works for sure. And it's like, well, you have to be open to experimentation.
Yeah, you got to toil a little
Especially if you like getting tattooed anyway. Your body is already a canvas.
Yep.
You've made your body a canvas.
Yeah, you got to find like a tattoo artist that like really wants to experiment and like really is like really wants to play with the limits.
I was tagged in an artist that does very conventional white and black on black projects the other day.
Yeah.
Where they were very obviously talking about me in the video. And they were talking about how, oh, I'd gone too far. I fucked up now. And it's like, you safe motherfuckers wouldn't even know you could do this if it wasn't for me. How about thank you, Mr. Remy, for pushing this medium to a place where you have clients willing to trust you for these projects.
I think like gone too far is when your body no longer accepts ink.
We wouldn't even know how far we could go if there weren't people willing to get there.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it were for people like that, if we left it up to people like that tattooer who's just staying safe as fuck and only doing it when other people already have, we would be living in caves afraid of fire. People need to be more willing to experiment. No, seriously.
Yeah, I agree.
And when you're then talking shit about someone who's dragging the line forward with people kicking and screaming the whole way, and now you're going to make some share of your income because of my work, realistically, because how many people have seen what I've done over black, and then they book in with a guy like that? And it's like, how about you be a little more grateful for the fact that I have done it to a place where people trust you to do the simplest version of it?
Yeah.
It's not that I have such a high opinion of myself. That's just the reality.
But you're doing that like crazy legwork and that research.
Absolutely. It's been, and somebody had to do it.
And now it's kind of becoming a little more common knowledge that you can do this white
now
on
people
black
are like, what are you
this
talking
color
about?
on black.
No, you weren't. You motherfuckers were doubting it every step of the way. And now that the line has been dragged so far forward, we're having common level artists doing the most basic version of it. And it is nice to see, but...
Or like brand new apprentices who have been tattooing for like a hot minute.
Yep.
Are...
Yeah, we've done it.
Over here doing color on black.
It's not a magic art, and I don't think that you need to find someone who's absolutely, the best tattooer in the world to do it either. I just think you need people on both sides of the needle a little more willing to experiment and play with things.
Yeah, and have patience and
And I think what's here, to get back to this, because I knew I was going to talk all around multi-layer with this one, because it is pretty fucking on par for what we're looking at. With multi-layer projects, what you need is someone that likes to tattoo you and you like to be tattooed, and then let's go nuts.
Yeah.
You know, let's have fun, let's do cool things, let's see what else is possible here, and just go for it. Like, you don't need a crazy justification to do this. A lot of people, like, they think that it needs to make sense to the rest of the world why they're doing it. But to me, it's never made any sense to play football, right? But I understand that people enjoy it. That's all I need to know. All I need to know is that someone enjoys doing it. It doesn't have to be for me.
Oh, exactly.
We need to understand that about tattooing as well. For some reason, it's like people think of it as something you wear, not something you do. And I think that's a big part of what's wrong with this whole subculture these days, is it's gone from a lifestyle to a aesthetic, or like a fashion thing. And I think that with that has come a lot of problems.